What's going on? So in this video, I want to talk about jealousy and how to deal with it. So jealousy is one of those things that people need to understand that it's an emotion, just like everything else. And you are in full control of all of your emotions. And a lot of people will say that they're not. But let me explain. So this came to me from one of my friends. Now my friends, they tend to come to me now because I kind of geared them all to only try to contact me if you have something important to talk about or something to ask me if I can be a friend. I've established how I am a friend to my friends. And I'm pretty much the therapist, and I turn into the old wise man. So that's my role. So my friend asked me, like, how do you deal with jealousy? And how do I stop myself from being jealous and blah, blah, blah. So that goes back into what I was saying. You have to understand, and you have to ask yourself, does this feeling I am feeling benefit me in any type of way? Am I acting in my highest self, my highest regard, the highest view of myself by continuing to perpetuate this emotion that I keep acting upon? And most of the time, this answer is going to be no, especially for jealousy, anger, hatred, all that type of stuff, right? So you have to understand that you need to drop it. But how do I drop it? People want to step by step drop it. How do you drop a ball out of your hand? Drop. Simple. But we as people, we want to hold on to that problem called jealousy. This camera. We want to hold on to jealousy like this. We want to hold on to pain, suffering like this. Let it go. But I can't. How do I let go? How do I let go? Let it go. Oh. And it's all gone. People want a step by step of how to release the tension in your hand, how to flex your fingers outwards so your problems drop away. Just drop it. And like a lot of my friends, they always tell me when I say simple stuff like that, mind you, I live this, I preach this. Sometimes I have to catch myself and I have to ask myself these questions, but people say, oh, well, we can't do that like you. Why can't you? I'm not some God. Well, I mean, I am in a way in my, the mental capacities of my other videos, but I'm not some crazy God walking around that's mastered the ability of self-control and self-discipline. You can do it too. But let's just say I am some form of demigod walking around on earth. Let's just say, and you need me to break it down even more. Let me give you another example. You are living in a state of lack. If you are jealous of anybody or anything, you are in a state of lack. Quick story. When I was in high school, I had this teacher, Mr. DeMott. And this dude should have been like a college professor in all honesty, but he was my high school professor. And he had us do an assignment where we had to bring in some type of text. So he said, hey, so bring in like a magazine or a book in your and for next class, and that'll be part of the assignment. That'll be your homework assignment. Cool, easy enough. So you walk into class, and his goal was to get you to read just a selected article, paragraph in a specific type of tone. You see what I'm saying? He was trying to get you to read it in a specific tone. So he went around the room, everyone had their turn, and he was like, okay, Bob, read this in an angry tone. Okay, Susan, read this in a happy tone. So he did this for everyone, and we got to me. He said, all right, Prince, your emotion is jealousy. Now, in high school, I was like a class clown, but I was like the professional, mature class clown, as in my humor was funny for kids and the teachers. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just, I never went too crazy with it. Like I never got in trouble. They were just, all right, Prince, calm it down. I'd be like, oh, okay, sorry. But so everyone's pretty much expecting me to make it funny somehow. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get at here. And I was like stuck. That's the first time in my life I ever felt stuck on anything, because I had never felt emotion before. You know what I'm saying? Or emotion. Never felt emotions. I mean, that's kind of true. But I had never felt the emotion of jealousy before. You know what I'm saying? I had never felt the emotion of jealousy before. I was a pretty spoiled child, but I knew if I worked hard, I can get anything I wanted. So I was pretty good. So I was stumped. And eventually my friend bailed me out and I got a different emotion and whatever. But to use a more personal example, the breakups I talk about, right? That was the first time I experienced jealousy because you know, as most people when they break up, you're not breaking up because you want to try so hard to keep the relationship going and blah, blah. It becomes a point where you just don't really want them to be messing with anybody else again. Like, you'd be like, no, she's going to be messing with so-and-so. She's going to be out for the world again. No. And that's where the jealousy comes in. And that's why people try to hold on to stuff, especially a lot of relationships that are failing. And that's probably something we'll be talking about in the next video I try to record, you know. But in that experience where I'm scared that my girl's going to go out and be for the streets or something like that, you know, I was in a state of lack, you know, trying to hold on to a relationship with a girl that don't really want you. You know what I'm saying? Those are like the simp days. I'm gonna make a video on that eventually. But, you know, you have to learn. You truly do. You have to learn. And that was one thing that identified jealousy for me. And that was when I was really in a state of lack. Because if I were in a state of abundance having this breakup, what would I have done? Okay, we're broken up. I'm gonna go get me something else. Simple. That's it. There's none of this strain. There's none of this. It's just, you just know you can go out and get something else. Oh, you have that? Well, I can do it too. Here I go. You are no longer jealous because you know you can do the same thing as that person, and you can do it, if not better than them. The same thing, if not better, right? So, in summary, actually, one more example, real quick. You know, I'm liking this YouTube thing, and I like to kind of document my progress. You know, I used to look at, before I was even making videos, but it's kind of even more now. Sometimes I look at some content creators and I wonder, I'm like, how the hell do you have so many subscribers? You don't talk about nothing, and you're not providing any new information. So why do you have so many subscribers? But they tapped into the psychology of the clickbait and the fancy thumbnails and keeping the retention in their videos within a certain time period and all that type of stuff. I turn on my phone and record because I know, once again, in an abundant mindset, that the people that are going to listen to me are going to listen to me. So I ain't worried about all that. You know, there's plenty of people that are successful that do just the same thing, so I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. Abundant mindset. But anyway, in summary, understand and ask yourself, does this emotion benefit me? Does this feeling benefit me? Yes or no? If it doesn't, drop it. If that's too easy for you, if you're still feeling jealousy, then you need to understand that you are now in a state of lack. Whatever it is, if it's the amount of subscribers somebody has, if it's the boyfriend or girlfriend someone just got, if it's the car, if it's the money, if it's the influence, if it's the connections, if it's the friends, you are living in a state of lack if you're feeling jealous of anybody. Understand that you can get the same amount of friends, the same success as the other person that you're jealous of. It's that simple. And you have to make that muscle memory. Your jealousy and your lack of control of your emotions has become muscle memory. So switch it around and make your control of your emotions and success and abundance muscle memory. Until next time.